Welcome to the Uncensored Conservative. I'm your host, Ryan Helms. So, speaking of how fucking crazy the left has got, I've got a crazy little story here from the Daily Wire. Did you hear about the animal cracker situation? They actually freed the animal crackers there because, God forbid, they have bars on the fucking box.
Yeah, and it was supposedly like a big thing that PETA
Yeah.
went after them, so they changed it.
We're gonna champion the animal cracker box because that's a thing that needs to happen.
It's so stupid. The animal, like, who notices that the animals were actually in cages?
Like, well, it's Barnum. It's fucking Barnum and Bailey.
It took me a minute just to understand what the story was, just because I didn't even notice the difference between the two boxes.
Right, I had to look really fucking hard. Yeah, so it's Barnum and Bailey circus crackers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you have to keep the motherfucking lion in a cage, otherwise he will eat your face off.
Well, all those animals are very dangerous. You have a lion, a polar bear, and a gorilla in a cage. The elephant might not be so dangerous, but the other three will kill you.
They will for sure kill you. The elephant may sit on your ass and kill you. You know what I mean? The motherfucker's 8 million pounds. And he remembers shit. Don't slight that motherfucker, because that motherfucker will remember. Interesting fact, YouTube. Did you know that other than humans, elephants are the only other animal that will return to the death spot or grave of their ancestors? Pretty interesting. Anyways, okay, so this story comes from the Daily Wire, and surprise, surprise, it's about Vox, of all people. So, for those of you who don't know, Vox is a bullshit YouTube channel, and they're really fucking stupid. Once we're
like a Mother Jones or something of that nature.
Right. Once we're able to do kind of a video thing, I'm definitely gonna make some fun of some of their videos because they're so fucking ridiculous. Anyways, we will get that technology one day. Anyways, this is what this says. Last week, we brought you a charming story of how people for ethical treatment of animals, that would be PETA folks, freed animals bound in metal cages on the front cover of an Animal Crackers box. The absolutely worthless victory was held as a step forward for the animal rights movement. That's so fucking ridiculous that I cannot not laugh when I fucking read that out loud. Okay, so even though children who consume animal crackers are still technically eating animals, that's the so this week we discover that the new cage-free box is still problematic according to the left-leaning explainer site Vox. Because those cracker animals are still subject to the oppressive forces of capitalism that crush their pathetic graham cracker heads under the boot of corporate profit. No, really. Daisy Elanado, apparently writing for Karl Marx, says the symbolic significance of the changing of the animal cracker box design does little to disseminate of the elements of capitalism that exploit animals, people, and the environment.
It's possible she's reading too far into it.
No, apparently they did a whole video on this.
That lady, she's obviously, she's seeing something there that's not there.
Are you talking about the writer of this article, or are you talking about the people from Vox?
The crazy people from Vox.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's what they do. They spin off into fucking no man's land. Like, who thinks that? Who's like, you know what though? It's good that they took the bars off, but you know that fucking capitalism is so oppressive that hardly does anything, right? Because they're still making animal crackers, and that's hurting fucking animal. It's like, what? Dude, shut the fuck up. It's an Animal Crackers box. You know what I'm saying?
The guy that came up with the design died, like, was it 20 years ago or so?
Something
That's
like that.
He's like, well, the design is from 1923.
Jesus. Like, oh my god, dude. It took
him that long to get mad about it. It took him almost 100 years to get mad about it.
Yeah. Well, you know, Matt, that this is something that has needed to be done for a long time. But now that they're fighting actual Nazis, right? And we have literally Hitler in the White House. Now we're gonna go after Barnum and Bailey Animal Crackers boxes because that is important.
Yeah.
This whole case of them going crazy. Yeah, this whole story ranks up there with fucking Dr. Seuss being racist. Like when I read that, I literally almost lost my mind.
Yeah, why did they want to call Seuss a racist?
Apparently, back during World War II, before he got famous, he did some drawings of caricatures of Japanese people in political cartoons. Now, these were our enemies at the time, right? And these were complete caricatures of Japanese people. And he's racist now because he drew wartime cartoons of caricatures of Japanese people.
Put in internment camps.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm not laughing at the internment camps. But
we weren't exactly showing them, it's wartime, nothing is sacred during wartime.
Right. Well, this is the thing, I'm not laughing at the internment camps, but I do think it's ridiculous that like you said, nothing is sacred, and we're going to pick something that happened during World War II. We're going to plop it out of nowhere and paint you as a racist, right? So we're going to pull all of your books from elementary schools. We're going to fucking paint you as this terrible human being, and it's Bizarro World. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, taking bars off an Animal Cracker box and fucking calling Dr. Seuss racist. It's fucking Bizarro World, man. I don't understand.
It doesn't make much sense.
No.
Most everything, the daily stories are just, it gets more and more absurd.
By the day, by leaps and bounds. It's funny. I was talking to somebody earlier. I read a book from Zeb Miller in high school, talking about how the Democratic Party left him behind. Right? He was they called him Zigzag Zell, but I said Zeb earlier. Zell Miller. And they called him Zigzag Zell. And he was pro-gun, he was pro-life, but he was a lifelong Democrat. And but he wrote a book back in like 04, 05, talking about how the Democratic Party was not the party of the party that he joined, right? And that was back then. That liberalism honestly is a mental disorder. I do believe that it is. I'll never understand it. And we've raised a whole generation of participation trophy having, fucking offended children. You know what I'm saying? Everything offends these people.